Hi everyone, I'm back. If you don't know me already, I'm Cece. I am a multi-passionate artist who does sewing, pole, gym stuff. What else do I do? Video editing, vlogging. I like to do it all because why not? But you're probably wondering, why haven't you been posting videos? I was going through a little bit of a slump in terms of my mental health. I faced a lot of, self-hatred, self-doubt, insecurities, and I really don't like filming myself when I'm in that mental state. I don't want to feel like I have to put on an act or act a certain way. For me, I want to have a healthy relationship with video editing and vlogging and showcasing my life. I feel like because I'm starting early, I don't want to burn out early. I want to listen to my body and listen to my brain. And now it's 2025, so I'm so excited because I feel like this year really is going to be different. I don't know if you can hear that. I want to talk about the past, not because it defines me or I want to brag about myself or anything, but sometimes I struggle remembering the accomplishments I've done, and just because I rarely celebrate my accomplishments because I feel like I'm bragging and because I feel like people are judging me for posting stuff and being happy for myself. But mostly this video is for me. So let's get started. Let's start with what I've done so far with my life. So my fitness goals. Honestly, when I was making this list, I was actually so shocked of how much I've done in 2024. Like, this is crazy. In terms of gym goals, I did a total of 10 pull-ups. I got my splits on both sides. Right now, my right split is a little tight, not gonna lie. I was at the heaviest, I believe, 130. And I understand some of it was like muscle or whatever, but I did not like how I looked and I wasn't confident in my body. So Thomas and I made a health journey together, eating correctly and losing weight in order to feel better about ourselves before going to Vietnam. So I lost 15 pounds in that journey. So that was really cool. I attempted, unfortunately not finished, the One Punch Man challenge. If you don't know what the One Punch Man challenge is, it's originated from this anime called One Punch Man, and how he got so strong is because he did 100 squats, 100 push-ups, 100 crunches, and ran a mile a day. I did not run, sorry, not into cardio like that. But I attempted, and I'm really glad that I challenged myself. That was very difficult. So even though I didn't do 100 days of it, I was still proud of myself that I did something outside my comfort zone. I also trapezed for the very first time, and that has been on my bucket list for so long. So that was really cool. I did it for my anniversary. If you haven't watched that video, watch that video. In terms of pole, so this is still under fitness, I competed, and that was one of my favorite routines I've ever done. If you haven't watched it, you can watch it here. So the reason why I made this competition piece was because I wanted to showcase my struggles with, and I never knew how to express it so people can understand without me just saying it and telling it. So I wanted to showcase that through dance, through pole. And I wanted to not only show what I was going through, but also having the audience feel what Thomas was going through. Because Thomas was always there for me. He was always so supportive and so kind and so patient with me. And I feel like they can feel his pain without him having there. I was happy that Thomas edited the song for me. If you don't know, Thomas, my fiance, is a DJ / aspiring producer. It was cool for him to not only be part of it without seeing my routine, but also getting his reaction to my routine for the first time on that stage. I also performed in 2 showcases. I haven't done like a group routine in a long time, so it was cool to do that. And then also freestyling my other showcase piece. I was really nervous about that, I'm not gonna lie. But it was really fun. I love the adrenaline, I love performing, but I realized I think I like performing more than competing, just right now. I also became a pole instructor. I taught levels 1 and 2 classes, so like very beginner classes, and I also subbed a lot of more like intermediate advanced classes, which was really cool. I felt like I pushed myself in so many different ways of becoming an instructor. I really loved my students. If any of my students are watching this, I loved you. I never thought I would be a instructor, let alone a good instructor. That was a lot of fitness goals that I've done last year. The next category is organization / being intentional. So if you don't know, I run this community group called Polaris, which is a community group of polars and pole enthusiasts that just share the love of the sport. And I do like a bunch of free events, and I have a little small team. I love you, Polaris team. Counted how many events we did this year. It's crazy. We did a total of 7 events, one including a collaboration event that's a showcase, and then the next collaboration, but it was with another, DJ group. So it was kind of cool to work with Thomas, to work with your collective. And then I also moved all of my goal setting, goal planning, project management from Trello to Notion. If you don't know what Trello or Notion is, both of them are project management tools. And a lot of people use it for work. But for me, I have been a die-hard Trello person. It's just so simple, so easy. Like, I don't need all the fancy stuff. I heard so much good things about Notion, and including my friend Lucy and my younger brother Joseph, who uses Notion, and I can see that it does do wonders. It took me like 2 weeks to do that, but I was really proud of myself. Also, cleaning out my fabric. As a seamstress or tailor, fashion designer, whatever, I have a lot of freaking fabric. I just wanted to clean out my sewing space, and I finally got to it. I finally organized my videos and pictures on my Photos app on my phone. And it was like 5,000 pictures, 5,000 videos. And I finally organized it in folders. And I'm so freaking proud of myself because I've been wanting to do this for so long. It honestly is a reason why I don't post as much, because everything's just so disorganized. It took me 34 days worth of work. So YouTube. I'm so proud of myself that I made 9 videos. That is 9 more than any other year that I started YouTube. Doing YouTube really was like healing my inner child. I always wanted to make videos since I was a kid. So it's kind of cool. Like, I have my own camera. I have a lamp. I have a freaking mic. Like, are you kidding me? My inner child would go freaking bananas for this. I also had my first paid videography gig through Pole Pressure. It was so cool. Like, I can't believe I did that, and I got paid for it. A lot of sewing things I did last year. I worked on this like semi-viral Asian blanket hoodies. I also did some upcycling for my client. I made 7 aoyai for my future sister-in-law's bridal party. I upcycled these cool pants. I made a draft of my wedding dress, if you haven't watched that video. Yeah. I made a romper / jumpsuit, and I worked on trying to pattern make and make my own bodysuits. Neckline, it's not the greatest, but at least I tried and attempted, and I will get better this year. I also became a sewing instructor, and I finally upgraded all my sewing machines. That's a huge deal for me. A lot of personal things that happened this year. Organizing a wedding that we want and not what our parents want. And if you grow up with immigrant parents, you know that's a very difficult thing, especially if your immigrant parents are very religious. That's been a struggle, but I pride myself, Thomas prides himself with being transparent and telling everybody what it is and what we're planning. I tried dancing for the first time. I did contemporary. It was really cool, putting myself in a different environment. I did a lot of photo shoots. Always wanted people to take pictures of me, so shout out to Angel. Thank you, Angel, for taking a lot of pictures of me and Olivia, my friend. It was really cool to feel like I'm living my model kid dream. So I did like sunflower, pole, beach photo shoots. That was really cool. I also attended my first protest. I love understanding politics and being involved in politics. Art. I did a lot of art. Not as much as I wanted to, but I drew a lot. Here's a bunch of my artwork that I've done so far in this year. I think I grew as an artist. I feel like I'm not as consistent last year, but I am okay with that. It's a journey. I'm doing a lot of other things, so it's not like I'm ever going to abandon that. So yeah, I'm really proud of everything that I've done so far in terms of my art journey. This is so surprising. I read 6 books this year and listened to 3 audiobooks, so a total of 8. I'm not going to count a few books I've read just because I didn't get through all of them because I was just kind of lost interest in it midway. Or here are the books I read: Before the Coffee Gets Cold, Mountain is You, 100 Essays That Would Change the Way You Think, The Courage to Be Disliked. Actually, I love all these books, but especially that book. Everyone in my family killed someone. Real artists don't starve. And then the audiobooks I listened to was Atomic Habits, The Woman in Me by Britney Spears, and I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. Also, I'm going to say that I'm proud of myself for a lot of things, or I already have. It might sound annoying to you, but for me, I feel like I don't say that ever for myself because I never felt like I deserved to be proud of myself. And maybe it's redundant to hear, but it's helpful and really healing for me to say aloud. Oh, I traveled a lot. I went to Florida. I went to Virginia Beach with my friends. You probably saw that. I went to Korea. I also went to Vietnam. Oh my God, I can't believe I went to Vietnam. Like, that was life-changing stuff. I guess I didn't realize how blessed I am, and how lucky I am to have these friends. But I'm so proud of myself for being friends with such compassionate, patient, like-minded people who really uplifts me and makes me feel seen and heard and loved. I really love you all. Truly, I feel like I don't say it enough, but I'm so freaking lucky. To all my friends that are watching this video, like, you really made my 2024 so great. And I really want to contribute how great it was because of you. I feel like I haven't had a great year like this, and y'all made it happen. This last thing of 2024 that I'm really proud of was I got to see my fiance grow as an artist. Thomas, if you're watching this, I am so freaking proud of you. That is a wrap on 2024 and everything that I did. This is the second part of the video, which is, what are my 2025 goals? I have a lot. I have a lot of goals. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to meet all of them, but if I do, cool. If I don't, there's always next year. Hopefully, you don't know what's going to happen. Let's start with fitness. So my gym goal is 15 pull-ups, handstands, middle split. Why I say that weird? I'm getting my middle split and getting abs, like full on hard abs where I'm like, someone punches my abs and they go, ah. Maybe not. You know what? Anything's possible. Yeah. Gotta fix my diet for that one, though, For pole, I want to participate in at least 2 showcases. I want to make more dramatic pieces that hits home for me. I want to be more experimental, work as a pole instructor at Pole Pressure. And that's crazy because I actually start next week. Woo. The next section is organization / being intentional. The first one is Polaris. I want to also be more experimental and try different things with the community group. If that means making less events, but making them more intense, that's something. And I also want to be a better leader. I feel like the past year, I just beated myself up so much for communicating as much as I wanted to, or, just not doing enough. But I think I need to also learn that being a good leader means being more compassionate in myself. And I feel like I don't do that enough, and I want to. So that's how I want to be a good leader. I also want to have a seamless workflow in all my creative passions. So the first one being content creating and being a digital creator. I want to have a nice workflow that makes it easy for me to do that. I don't know. I also want to have a nice workflow for my sewing space, workflow when I start a new sewing project so I don't get overwhelmed and my space gets messy and needles are everywhere. And then also teaching my pole classes. I think last year when I was a pole instructor, I was stressed in terms of coming up with something new each week, and I want to be able to just come up with a bunch at the beginning of the month and then not be too stressed about it in the future. And then I'm really excited for this one, I'm starting a group called Creative Collective. Creative Collective is a group that Thomas and I are starting, and it's a very small group of the most creative people we know. The goal of it is to bring a bunch of people that aren't in the same space but want to uplift each other, want to feel like we can try to get to our goals and have a community that will support us. What I want to do is have monthly meetings to start. We haven't had a monthly meeting, but I'm excited. It's something I've been thinking about a lot last year. Just coming from my own experience, I struggled a lot of what my goals are, what I want to do with my life, how to stay consistent, all this stuff, and I want to have that with my friends and people that really inspire me and inspire Thomas. So YouTube and social media. I want to comfortably vlog in public. I struggle with this a lot. I feel weird putting my camera up, And I'm also a little scared that someone's gonna jack my camera. So, which I think is a valid thing to say. But I want to be more confident, and I want to stop caring what other people think around me, because I feel like that is a struggle I've had my entire life. I want to change. I want to change for the better. I want to make at least 2 videos a month and 4 short form content videos. I also want to have more videography gigs. I want to learn how to properly market myself on social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. I feel like I always had this negative idea or negative perspective of promoting myself. I want to get out of it. I want to learn how to do that and showcasing my art. Last one that I've really struggled with is actually finishing my website. And this website is going to include all my passions. It's kind of like a way that I can promote services, and also it's kind of like a resume of all my work. I don't know, like I've been saying that I wanted to do this since last year, and I haven't done that, so I'm gonna try to get that done this year. For my sewing, I want to finish my wedding dress. Obviously, I need to finish that wedding dress because there's actually a deadline. I want to finish my wedding dress without feeling stressed, aka procrastinating until the last minutes. I struggle with procrastination, and I don't want to go through that. I also want to start making pole wear and then eventually learn how to pattern make. I want to pattern make this year, if that means taking Skillshare classes. Skillshare don't sponsor me. Taking like in-person classes. That's something that I've been wanting for the past 2 years. Haven't done it. And I also want to become a better sewing instructor. I love teaching. I love sharing knowledge, and yeah, that's always like a goal, you know? Personal goals. Life is not a competition, and I want to feel like I challenge myself and be a better person because I want to be, not because it is what other people think I should do, or I just want to focus on myself. I want to read 15 books this year. If you are interested, trying to do this like Advent book thing, monthly Advent calendar of books. I already pre-chosen them, but I'm not gonna look at the books from now on. It's just gonna be a surprise to me of like what book I'm gonna read next. For this month, I'm reading The Artist's Way. If you don't know what The Artist's Way is, it's basically consists of artist dates. So like your child self on a weekly cute date you think your kid self would enjoy, weekly homework. But the hardest one is morning pages. It's writing 3 pages every single morning for 12 weeks. And stop thinking everything you don't believe everything you think. It's written by Joseph Nguyen, and I did not know this. This is written by a Vietnamese writer, which is so cool. That, like, what? If you want to follow my reading journey, I'm either writing or speaking on my thoughts of it because I don't know, because I want to. Yeah, because I want to. What the heck? That should be enough reason to do something because I want to. Put that on a t-shirt. In terms of art, I've been working on art for like 2 years, and I really want to be able to grow an art portfolio for my floral drawings and anatomy. Not great with anatomy now, but I will, and I want to really get there by the end of this year. And lastly, I want to have a fun wedding. What if I just end it like that? Just kidding. It's going to be showcasing a lot of promises in my relationship, and it's not going to be traditional at all. We're doing this wedding for us. Oh, I'm just so excited for the wedding. It's, I guess, last few words. I wanted to dedicate this to future Cece. So, hi Cece of 2026. You're 27 years old. I'm so excited to see the person that you become. I hope you are the person that I look up to. I hope that you're happy. I hope you have the courage to stay happy and choose every single aspect of your life. I hope you don't feel bad for taking naps. That's one thing. And I hope you don't feel bad when you take breaks. And I hope you give yourself the same type of empathy that you give others. I hope next year when you watch this video, you go, oh man, I can't believe that I get mad at myself when I take a nap during the middle of the day. But I've been talking for 45 minutes and 26 seconds as of right now, so I'm just gonna end it here. I love you, and yeah. See you in the next video, I guess. Bye.